first scream cut through the winter carnival like a knife through silk. I was already late, already tired, already carrying the weight of being a single dad who couldn't afford mistakes. But then she grabbed my coat with shaking fingers and whispered 4 words that would change everything. I can't find her. I didn't know it yet, but helping that lost girl would pull me into a night of fear, truth, and a collision with a woman whose name ruled boardrooms and headlines, and whose heart was about to be tested in ways no amount of money could protect. Chapter 1. I hadn't planned to be at the carnival that night. Money was tight, and honestly, joy felt like a luxury I hadn't earned in years. But my daughters had begged, eyes hopeful, voices careful, as if they knew how fragile my yes had become. So there we were, me, Emma, and Lily, bundled in coats that had seen better winters, standing beneath a sky of blinking lights and fake snow. That's when I heard the scream. The little girl stood alone near the carousel gate, her mitten dropped in the slush, her breath coming in panicked gasps. I knelt in front of her, lowering myself to her level the way I did with my own kids when the world felt too big. "Hey," I said gently, "I'm Mark. What's your name?" "Mia," she sniffed. My mom was right here. She said don't move. I didn't move, but now she's gone. My daughters hovered close, instinctively forming a shield around her. I felt something tighten in my chest, a familiar fear. The same fear I'd felt years ago when their mother left and never came back. The terror of being a child waiting for someone who might not return. We searched. We asked vendors, security, parents. Minutes stretched into an hour. Mia's cries softened into exhausted hiccups as Lily let her hold her stuffed bear. Emma kept scanning the crowd like a tiny soldier on a mission. Eventually, security escorted us to the lost and found tent. Mia fell asleep against my shoulder, trusting me in a way that felt both humbling and terrifying. That's when the shouting started outside. I put my daughter down. Now, the voice was sharp, panicked, powerful. The tent flap flew open and she stormed in like a force of nature. Tall, elegant even in fear, wearing a white coat over a red dress that looked wildly out of place among folding chairs and spilled cocoa. Her eyes locked onto Mia, then onto me, blazing with accusation. For a second, I thought she might actually hit me. But then Mia stirred, blinked, and whispered, Mom." Everything stopped. The woman's anger shattered into sobs as she rushed forward, pulling Mia into her arms, apologizing over and over, kissing her hair like she was afraid she'd disappear again. Security cleared me quickly, but before she left, the woman turned back. "I'm sorry," she said, voice unsteady. "I didn't even ask your name." "Ah, Mark," I replied. She was brave. She nodded, clutching her daughter tighter. "Thank you. I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong." Chapter 2. 2 hours later, I was back home, helping Lily with her boots, when my phone buzzed with an unknown number. "I hope this isn't inappropriate," a woman's voice said. I recognized it instantly. "This is Claire Reynolds." The name hit harder than the scream had. Claire Reynolds, tech billionaire, media darling, one of the richest women in the country, a woman whose face smiled down from magazine covers while my world revolved around overdue bills and second-hand coats. She explained that Mia had been inconsolable after they got home. She kept asking about the dad with the kind eyes, and the 2 girls who stayed with her. Claire wanted to thank us properly, dinner, just to say thank you. I almost said no. Pride is a stubborn thing. But my daughters were listening, hope lighting their faces again, and something told me this wasn't about money or status. So I went. Claire's house was enormous, glass, steel, and silence. But the woman who greeted us wasn't untouchable or cold. She looked exhausted, human. Over dinner, stories spilled out. I told her about losing my wife, about raising 2 girls alone, about learning how to braid hair by watching YouTube at 2 a.m. She told me about building an empire and realizing too late that success didn't come with a safety net for the people she loved most. Mia fell asleep on the couch beside Lily, their hands still linked. I was standing 10 feet away, Claire admitted quietly. I took a call. I looked up, and she was gone. I've closed billion-dollar deals without shaking. But tonight I couldn't breathe. I nodded. That fear never really leaves. You just learn to live around it. Weeks passed. Then months. Claire didn't disappear back into headlines. She showed up to school plays, to park picnics, to ordinary moments. Slowly, carefully, our worlds overlapped. Not because of wealth, not because of gratitude, Mood? But because our kids laughed together, because we understood each other's fears, because sometimes the strongest connections are born in moments of pure panic. One night, as the four girls chased fireflies and the sky glowed softly above us, Claire turned to me. "You didn't just help my daughter find her mom," she said. "You reminded me who I need to be." I looked at my daughters, at Mia, at the woman beside me, and realized something profound. That night at the carnival wasn't about being a hero. It was about stopping, about choosing kindness when it would have been easier to walk away. Because you never know when helping a lost child will lead you to a family you didn't know you were missing, or a future that begins with 4 simple words: "I can't find her."